Video sponsored by Surfshark.
What's up guys, it's Findon, and this is a laptop. The thing about laptops is that they typically open, or potentially, they could even close. And maybe even open again, if you're lucky. But what if you want a laptop that did more than just open and close? Well, do I have the laptop for you. This is the Surface Laptop Studio. As you can see, it does open and close like a normal laptop does, but a normal laptop, this thing is not. Because you can do this. That's right, you can bend the screen and turn it around and do that with it. You can put it in this position. You can lay it down flat like an absolutely chunky tablet, or if you feel so inclined, you can just spin the screen around and have it face that way for whatever reason. But this laptop here has a few issues and we're gonna have to repair it. Well, I think it's time to tear this thing apart and see if we can repair it. And we'll also be able to see why this thing here absolutely sucks to repair. So without further ado, let's just get into it. This is a box. It's a huge box. Let's see what's inside such a massive box that literally takes up the entire space. I could probably lift this up just a little bit more and yep, I think we're about reaching the limits here of this table. All right, open up. See what's inside. Ooh, some tape. Hopefully this thing survived shipping. I will say this package was sent to me by a viewer called Mia, so thanks for the package. Let's hope it still works. Dude, there is so much bubble wrap here, which is good. What the? It's a Surface Laptop Studio. Oh my god. We open it up, and there it is. And let's try the little party trick. Oh, look at that. Wow, that's actually awesome. And then we can fold it down, and then use it as a tablet. I'm like actually probably gonna get some good use out of this, not gonna lie. Back to being a regular laptop, or you can just completely disregard any normal laptop physics and flip it around like that. And now you've got an outer screen laptop like this. Yeah, this is your screen now. Man, let me tell you, I'm finding so many solutions today. I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to pull the camera down to film it. Nuh-uh. You just have to pull that out and haha, now you can see what's going on the screen. And then also I was like, I need to get my Surface charger out. No, I don't, because USB-C exists, baby. Also, speaking of solutions, you know what else is a really good solution that you could use on any device? Well, that would be the sponsor of this video, Surfshark. Are you planning to use your Surface Laptop Studio on public Wi-Fi while on the go? Well, just hold on a moment there, because public Wi-Fi isn't really that secure and you could potentially get your data stolen. Instead, why not use Surfshark VPN? Using Surfshark, you'll be able to encrypt your data and stay private online. It's honestly pretty simple. You just click a button and now your browsing traffic is being routed through a private server. You can also change which country your traffic is being routed through, which basically lets you browse the internet as if you actually are from that country. This can really come in handy if there's a show on Netflix that you want to watch but isn't available in your country. Just simply change your location and BAM! Now you can watch it. It even applies to stuff like hotels and flight pricing, where costs can vary depending on your location. It's a bit of a sneaky tactic that they like to use, but with Surfshark you can get around that and find the best deal. But speaking of good deals, why don't you get your own at surfshark.com/frogfadoc, where you can get an extra 4 months in your plan. And of course, if you try it out and you don't like it, there's always a 30-day money-back guarantee, so rest assured that you'll be all good. Check out Surfshark using the link in the description below. Surface, but the logo. I can just use it as a big ass tablet like this. Oh, I think it's missing a boot drive. Yeah, I think that was one of the problems with it. But that's what we're gonna repair. Any of these buttons gonna do anything? Dude, I love the Surface Laptop keyboard so much. These keyboards always feel so nice. I need to go find a drive for this and reinstall Windows and get it back up to scruff. Does the battery work? Okay, I don't actually remember if the battery works or not, but yeah. Wait, hold on, the arrow key's back. Wait, if I scrub this. Oh my god. The keycaps are back. No way. See, alt. Hold up. No, I think, is that actually missing or what? Yeah, no, that's coming back. Oh, look at that. We recovered the keys. Oh, cool. So I don't need to swap out the keycaps. One thing I want to do, though, is imagine if you could do, like, a keycap mod where you swap it out for the black keys from the other Surface laptops. I think that would look genuinely sweet. To replace the SSD in this Surface Laptop Studio, we're going to need the silicone mat. And away we go. Unfortunately, this is one of those products where to repair them, you're gonna have to like pull off tape and adhesive stuff. My absolute least favorite, but at least it's not like clips and stuff. I hate clips. Clips are much worse. Anyways, I've got some tools here, and of course we're going to need our trusty screwdriver. So to begin, we're going to actually have to remove the feet. So I suppose we can just get our spudger out and start doing so. You want to lift this up without destroying the adhesive or separating it, so... And you just want to go slowly because there's a chance that the stickiness can actually separate from the rubber. And also you don't want to stretch it out or anything either. It's yeah, not the best thing in the world. Okay, right, I don't know if that was the best way to do it, but I think probably the best way to go about this is just to use my fingernail, honestly, because how else am I really gonna do this? Okay, up it goes. And then next up, there are actually more things that we have to pull up, which is fun. We're gonna get our more gentle tweezers out, and we're gonna basically have to go in here and lift up this sticker. See this entire thing around here? It's one big sticker. I hate this. Oh, God. Alright, well, up you go. Go slowly. Just go very slowly until you see... Aha, a screw. Okay, now that that's lifted up, we're going to take this other side and just gently lift it up with the tweezers. And there we go, there's the other side. Can you believe that? Look, why would you design a laptop like this where you have the hinges exposable just under a sticker? Really? They lift it up now, so we'll be able to just get at them with a screwdriver. Speaking of which, I need the screw, which is Torx bits. Oh no, some of these might already be stripped. God, I hate Torx screws with a passion, I really do. Okay, it should be T3, I reckon. Okay, alright. Just gotta be very gentle with them. I want to have a chat with whoever invented Torx screws. I don't really know what's the point of them besides just making repairs more difficult. Maybe there is some advantage to Torx screws. You can let me know in the comment section down below, but... Yep, that one's easy. Very good. Very good. I was warned of a few stripped screws, but I think so far that's been okay. Ugh, tape. Stickers. Tape underneath them. Why? So stupid. So stupid, Microsoft. You are so dumb sometimes. Okay, that's coming out nicely. And the sticker is getting in my way. I can't really pull it up much further. Now I gotta figure out how to actually lift up the bottom. Oh, okay, I should just start lifting up now. So you want to actually be careful because the battery is actually attached to the bottom plate instead of the mid-frame of the laptop. I don't know. Reasons, I guess. So it turns out around this other side where it goes down a little bit, you actually have to separate that. Why, Microsoft? And the trackpad and stuff is also under here too, which sucks. So thanks, Microsoft. Again, why is it like this? This is so bad. Man, who would have thunk it? Stickers, that's what's keeping you out of your $1,000 machine. Definitely more than that in Australia. These things cost way too much. I'm trying to be gentle and patient because there's times where I'm not with tech and I end up just wrecking it. We're up to like the last little bit now. See that bit on the top? It's just that's not wanting to come off. Okay, got him. Up you go. So you gotta lift it up. Oh no, pull. Alright, I'm gonna watch the video on how to do this first. Okay, so apparently we don't actually have to disconnect the battery to take this apart, but what I am going to do real quick is I'm going to push this up here and we're going to take apart this real quick. It's an NVMe enclosure and in it is my previous boot drive, and we're just going to use that to boot to it because I actually don't have any other spare NVMe drives besides the one that's currently in my PC and the one that I'm about to unearth from this thing right now. How many times have I used this? An absolute total of 0 times. Why? Because it just doesn't work. I've never gotten this NVMe enclosure to actually work properly. Oopsie daisy. Whenever I try and boot from it, it just doesn't work. Whenever I try and plug it in, it just doesn't work. So I don't know. This one here is a 500GB Western Digital drive, which should be absolutely plenty. As long as it's not 256 gigs, then we're fine. Here we have this Mushkin Helix 1TB drive. Apparently this was the cheapest drive that could be found. So now we just take our little guy and unplug it like so. already got an installation of Windows on it. We're just gonna plonk this back. Will this work? Or am I gonna need to, I'm gonna need to plug it in. It's turning on. Couldn't find an operating system. Check the boot, what the hell? Okay, how do I do that? Storage is gonna be upside down. This is Australia, this is just normal to us. Boot configuration. Okay, I don't really know why it's doing that. Internal storage? Why was internal storage not picked? I have a feeling this isn't gonna work. No, never mind, it works. Wow, so surely this should be booting up into my old desktop configuration? I don't know, actually, oh, maybe it is, I think. Oh, what? Leave it till this stuff to always break and stop working. Oh my god, what? Oh, what is going on? While I could reinstall Windows, I'm going to boot it into safe mode. I think because there's a lot of like NVIDIA AMD drivers just... Yeah, that's probably why. Look at this, this would have been from late 2023. I don't think we actually have keyboard drivers. This shouldn't be too hard to put back, so the tape all here has been completely messed up. RIP, I guess. Reinstalling this should be as simple as just, yep, pushing this all back down. Now it's time to flip this over and sort of fix up the Windows install, and we should be good. Well, I made the decision to just nuke the install because there's really no point even really trying to keep it around because it's just going to create problems, so this should work. Once it's installed, we install the drivers and we Gucci. Our PC is a little tent. Look at it. Prop it up like this while it does the thing. Kinda sucks that the keyboard and trackpad just doesn't work right out the gate, but yeah. That's okay. Drivers, we gotta install them. Oh yeah, I forgot. I had Windows 11 Enterprise on here. I don't have to use a Microsoft account. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ah, look at this. Everything's working. We got Windows Hello working. The keyboard and mouse are working. I think it's safe to call this fully repaired. Right, so here's what happened. I tilted the lid. It went into tablet mode, I put the lid back, and then all of a sudden it just blue screened, said there was a missing boot drive, then Windows Boot Manager wasn't selected, and USB storage was. What is going on with this damn thing? I'm putting this on video for just in case it blue screens again, but it's now frozen. We're gonna flip it around. Hold up. Oh, it blue screened. God damn this thing. What's even the point of using it if it's just not even gonna let me actually use the main feature of it? I flip the screen over a little bit. Yep, blue screen, done. Who knows why that happens? Weird. Alright, I have gotten this laptop up and running. It was constantly having a lot of blue screen issues. And as you can see, it opens. Oh my god, it just blue screened. It just blue screened, no way. It literally just blue screened on me right then. If you would open the lid and orientate the screen differently, it would blue screen. It was pretty bad, but I got it fixed and I found out why. Actually, that's a lie. I didn't find out why. I only found the solution to fix it, and that's about it. I don't even know if it's a real solution, but it has stopped since then, so yeah. So we're gonna get into that, and then a general overview of the laptop itself. It really seems like it doesn't want to do it at the moment, but what would happen is that this computer would get insanely hot. The fans would absolutely ramp up to such an extreme measure, and then it would just blue screen and shut off. Pretty much changing the power plan kind of fixed all of the blue screen issues that I had with this. There are a lot of blue screen issues, but yeah, doing that fixed it, and it works pretty damn well now. So with that out of the way, with the computer fixed, with the computer just up and running and working for the most part, let's do a little overview of the Surface Laptop Studio. First thing you notice about the Surface Laptop Studio, this thing is a bit of a chungus. It is a little bit chunky. I do kind of like it, but it's also a bit strange. One thing you'll notice about this laptop is that it has a very strange sort of layered tier design. You've got the back panel, the screen, then the side here for the ports, and then you have this inset like plinth thing. It kind of gives the illusion that the laptop is actually floating above the table, which is kind of nice. It does have the downside of making the palm rest really high, and this corner is a little bit sharp, so if your hands are ever like here, it's not the best, but there's so much room on the palm rest that you're just gonna kind of be plopping your hands here and typing away and doing your stuff. It's also inherited another terrible, dumb, stupid MacBook trait, and that is absolutely terrible ports. 2 Thunderbolt ports. And that is it. Okay, what about the other side? Is that an SD card slot? No, it's not. That's Microsoft's proprietary Surface Connect charge port thing. It's nice, but also it makes me really wish that I had an SD card slot. And you've also got a headphone jack. How lucky. The ports suck on this thing, but really ports suck on most things nowadays, so... Boo! Boo Microsoft, you could have at least fit a few more things on here. You can see this bottom section here is where the vents are and the fans, which really helps with cooling, except when it doesn't, because this one keeps overheating like crazy for whatever reason. It's also where the GPU sits, I believe, because you can get these laptops with GPUs in them. This one doesn't have a GPU, so we're not going to be doing any hardcore gaming on this thing, but on the bottom, there's absolutely no branding, and on the top, it looks like a Surface Pro, and it's for good reason, because this laptop's whole gimmick is the fact that it can transform, because it's a mix of the Surface laptop and the Surface Studio. Surface Laptop being Microsoft's premium laptop, and the Surface Studio being Microsoft's all-in-one better than an iMac clone thing. Surface Studio is really cool. It's a massive all-in-one desktop with a touchscreen in it that you could adjust to any angle, and you could like draw on it. It was a big old touchscreen. Really nice computer. Except for the fact that it was always a little bit underpowered and super expensive. If they just released it as the Surface Monitor, it would actually be insanely compelling, but no. This laptop inherits the traits of the Surface Studio, where you can adjust it. So you have your main mode here, you know, laptop mode, where you just use it as a laptop. And really, this thing feels absolutely solid as a laptop. It doesn't feel like something that transforms when it's as a laptop, which I can really commend this. And what is the weird chicanery that this thing does right here? Well, you can push on this top part of the screen and make the bottom part pop out like so, which allows you to do this. I think Microsoft calls this like tent mode or something. It surely has a use somewhere, maybe if you're just propping it up to watch YouTube videos like a tablet. It's kind of cool, I guess, but... And then you want to quickly push it out of the way and quickly type something. That's a use case for someone, I guess, and then plop it back like that. I find the motion of putting it into this mode is nice, but taking it out is a little bit jank because you have to like kind of throw the lid of it back, and you'll find that most of the time you end up hitting the keyboard on the way back, so you have to really like tilt the lid back and then sort of let it fall. It takes a bit to get used to. I still haven't fully gotten used to it. It's still pretty decent, honestly. But if that's not weird enough for you, you can take this thing and bring it all the way down and then lay it flat, which turns this thing into an absolutely massive Windows tablet, which is really cool actually. I really like the concept of this laptop. It does kind of fall apart ever so slightly when you take a look at the side, and oh dear, that is a lot of computer layers here. Yeah, let's just say when this thing is folded up, it is not the thinnest thing in the world. But look, I know you guys are saying, hey, this is not the intended use case of this mode. And you're right, the intended use case for this mode is to, well, use it flat on a table and grab a Surface Pen and start drawing on it. This is the older Surface Pro pen model. You're meant to use the Slim Pen 2 with this one. And what you're actually meant to do with that one is slide it under here, and it like magnetically attaches here to charge. I can almost do it with this one. Yeah, see, this one kind of does it, but it's also not designed for it. It also charges the pen under there too, which is nice. I do like that, but also I could imagine trying to get it out would be, well, maybe not the best experience in the world. Trying to jam your finger under here, would have to lift it up a little bit. I'm getting M4 Mac Mini power button vibes. However, this came out years before then. But yeah, you're really meant to just use this as a really nice drawing tablet. And it really does become kind of compelling when you think of using stuff like desktop Photoshop on here. Photoshop on iPad still sucks. It sucks so bad, but this is a good solution if you need desktop Photoshop. Also, with the laptop flat like this, we can actually unlock a secret fourth use case. What is the fourth use case? This. What is this? What is this? You can flip the screen around and have the screen on the outside, like so. So you could do this to show someone something, or you could just have it plopped up like this for media consumption. Actually, this is a really good position if you're watching YouTube videos. And then to put it back, you can just push on there and it'll just spin around, except it hit the bottom there, so we just have to lift that up a little bit and let it lock in. Lock in, chat. All right, let's turn this thing on. One other issue is that when it's in this mode, you can't really turn it on like this. To turn it on, we got a power button right here. Here's the screen of the Surface Laptop Studio. One thing I really like about the screen is that it's a 3:2 aspect ratio, so you actually get a bit more height in it, which is really good for productivity. Another thing you'll notice too, the corners are rounded on this laptop, which is a little strange for Windows laptops, because I would say it's quite interesting how it's handled within software. And by handled within software, I mean it's just straight up not. If I go back to the desktop here, you'll see that, oh, okay, I could just pop the mouse right behind the corner. So really, it just kind of pretends that this is a rectangle screen. It's really not that big of a deal. It can look a little bit goofy sometimes, but also it's kind of a non-issue. I do like rounded corners on screens, and it matches Windows 11 oh so very nicely. And also, this screen is 120 Hz, so it looks silky smooth, absolute A+ screen. The only thing stopping it from S tier is the fact that it's not OLED, but it's still really good. I can live with the fact that it's not OLED. And now let's focus on the bottom half of this computer. While I do like the silver body, I'm really not a fan of the grey keys. The grey keys, in my opinion, make this thing look like a Chromebook. Now that I said that, you guys won't be able to unsee that, and even the new Surface laptop has that same look to it as well. I wish this had black keys, but then it would just look like a MacBook. I had a black Surface Laptop 3, and that thing looked sleek as all hell. If I could get one of those in this body, it would be incredible. I wish Microsoft made a black version of this. Speaking of the Surface Laptop 3, when I owned that laptop, it had straight up the best keyboard I've ever felt on a laptop. I had yet to find a device that would surpass it. My current laptop is an M1 MacBook Pro. Yes, I manually put an Intel sticker on my Apple Silicon Mac. Deal with it. I love how this looks and I'm not taking it off. It's serviceable, but also there's really not enough trouble for my liking. It's a bit bland, I would say. This laptop though has surpassed basically everything I've ever used. Now this thing basically has the exact same keyboard as the Surface Laptop 3, 4, 5, and even the 6 model, which has kind of been forgotten. It's not really the keyboard switches and all that makes it better than the Surface Laptop. It's the fact that this absolutely chunky laptop is insanely rigid. It just feels like a solid piece of metal. And what that does is basically give this computer quite literally 0 deck flags. And what you get when you combine these two together is... yes, this keyboard feels just straight up incredible. I love how this thing feels. And also, if I turn the lights off real quick, it's backlit. Of course it's backlit. And you can change it between 3 brightness settings. Yes! Good. One other thing about the keyboard on this laptop and on the new Surface laptops is the fact that a lot of people have been upset that this bottom part has a gap compared to the top part and that it looks asymmetrical and ugly. Well, I'm here to tell... oh my god. Shush. I'm here to tell you that yes, it is asymmetrical, but it's actually a really well thought out part of the keyboard design. See, on a MacBook, it doesn't have the space, and what you actually find is that your thumb and your fingers, when hitting the bottom keys, will actually sometimes hit this little metal ledge here. It doesn't happen all the time, but it very much is something that can happen, and it's not really the best feeling in the world. If you're someone who slams your thumb sideways, which a lot of people do when typing, you'll find that part of your thumb will actually be hitting this little metal ridge here. While on the Surface laptop keyboards, you'll see that there's a bit more of a space. You still can hit it, but it does give your fingers a bit more of a space. So you can press this bottom bit like this and have some spare room for your finger to go in, and it actually feels really nice. I really prefer how this feels. But what's below the keyboard? It's a trackpad. This trackpad is very decently sized. Probably could have made it a little bit bigger. Again, not to beat a dead horse of the one comparison every tech YouTuber makes, but this is a really large trackpad and a very nice trackpad. Do copy this. But the one good thing they did copy is the fact that it is a haptic trackpad. It does move ever so slightly, but the click that you feel is a haptic click, which means that I can click all the way at the very top and it still feels snappy and nice. The trackpad on my MacBook does feel snappier, but it's very weak and I miss it half the time. This one, I can dial it up to be very strong, which is how I want it. And yeah, that's kind of a hardware overview of this laptop. There's not much I'd really change about it, to be honest. Maybe OLED screen a black colorway, slightly larger trackpad. Kind of surprised I haven't put a Snapdragon X Elite chip in this thing yet, but maybe that'll come soon. Who knows though, those laptops have kind of been a little bit of a failure from the sounds of things, which really sucks. I kind of wish those laptops did well, but hey, that's not what this is. You can see that this guy here has an 11th gen Core i5, so I think this is the base model. 16 gigabytes of RAM, good amount. These things can be equipped with much better processors and even dedicated GPUs, so again, this is just your peasantry base model. But what about the speakers on this thing? We have staircase.wav. So I believe the speakers are located underneath the keyboard. And you know what? Screw it. Let's get the MacBook out as well and let's try that. Okay, here's the problem with Macs, right? I open my computer, I want to use Touch ID. Oh wait, never mind, I must use my password. What is the point? Because 99% of the time I have to put in my damn password instead of actually using Touch ID. I guess the one cool thing about the MacBook is to turn up the volume, we could do something like this. Yeah, I've always liked the touch bar. I think Apple should bring it back and make it full-sized, like on the new MacBooks, how they have the full-size function keys. It's time to do a little bit of an audio test. Let's start with the Laptop Studio. Right off the bat, very loud and obviously coming out from behind the speakers. Okay, the Laptop Studio has got much louder speakers than this guy does. I'm noticing the trebles and stuff are a lot more harsh on this guy. So, there you go. So, all the use cases I've shown so far are pretty much just me using it as a normal computer. But this thing isn't a normal laptop. Let's use this thing for what it was designed and intended for. To be opened up and laid out flat and transformed into whatever the hell this is. I have got MS Paint open and we're going to grab our Surface Pen and we're gonna draw on this thing. Because realistically, that's pretty much what this mode was designed for. It's to turn this into kind of like an easel, you know? Alright everybody, welcome to Art Class with Frockfadog. What are we gonna draw today? We're gonna draw the same damn thing I draw in every video, and that's my profile picture. Again, this is meant to be designed to be used with the Surface Slim Pen, but this older Surface Pen works as well. Oh, that's not good. Right. So, a little bit of an issue with this laptop is, and I don't know if it's the fact I'm using this pen or just a defect with this model, is the fact that the magnets are kind of interrupting the drawing. Yeah, you can see that it pretty much just messes up and distorts all your drawings around here. Alright, we're gonna have to draw it down here now. Of course it supports pressure sensitivity. This is the worst one I've ever done. This looks terrible. He's a little chubby. He's very, yeah, dude's got no neck. His head's all lumpy here. Oh my god, yeah. I wanted to do that, but then this happened. See? If I want to draw a circle around it, you can see. Well, if you want to draw heartbeats, this is actually a really good way to do it. Let's do a file. Let's save as. Look at me and my floating keyboard. Let's do this like a tablet, right? We can hold the floating keyboard like this, and let's call it CRT Boy Death. I don't know. It's the death of the CRT boy. That's why there's the heartbeat and then it goes to flat and then there's whatever this is. That's showing that, I don't know. Save flattened image. Is there any way to save the layers on MS Paint? I'm pretty sure you can't save Paint project files. Like, they don't exist. I'm pretty sure the only way to save on Paint is to flatten all your layers. What's the point of that, guys? Can you at least make a way to save the layers? Come on, guys. But yeah, for artists, using this with Photoshop and stuff would actually be really compelling, you know, being able to take your normal everyday laptop, typity-type on your Microsoft Word, and then, oh, I need to draw something, flatten it, and get drawing. Oh, you can also use a portrait as well. You know what, if you're reading a PDF file on a web page and you want to hold it and annotate the web page with a pen, you can do that, and then the pen stores under here. It's so bulky and inconvenient, but like, it's kind of fun. Maybe holding it under your arm like this and doing your annotations and stuff could work. Oh, we're in missing display mode. my favorite. So overall, what do I think of the Surface Laptop Studio? Since this is a repair video, from a repair standpoint, it's not fun to repair. The fact that you have to pull off all of the trimming on the bottom to get to it, and then you're not able to put it back properly, just kind of sucks, and I'm not a big fan of that. I personally would really like to see this sort of design on a thinner, smaller laptop, because then you would at least be able to have a chance to fold it down and use it as a tablet, but I guess at that point, just get a Surface Pro. My name is Frockfordog, you can say that however you want, I really don't care. New videos weekly, and this time we actually did get a video out weekly. Consider becoming a channel member like all these people on the screen have. I've got some bonus videos, exclusive access to some upcoming videos, custom Discord server roles, and also your very own Minecraft server, all rolled into one. Starts at $1 a month. Don't forget to also check out the sponsor of this video, Surfshark, using the link in the description below. And that's about it. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.